Hello, you're welcome back to Arise Africa. Good morning, good afternoon, good day from all over the world, wherever you are watching. This is Minister Ada Jesus and Arise Africa. You're welcome back again. Another week. Today we have a very special topic which says spiritual things. Today we have a special guest, our Pastor Prosper Kanayo, all the way from Nigeria, who is coming today to teach us more things on Arise Africa, on how can we arise, how can Africa arise again, how can we understand some spiritual things and some be able to, carry ourselves physically and spiritually up and understand things that may have been keeping us on one stage. Welcome back again. Please, if this is your first time of moving, or you are just watching, or you join us live, or you watch later, please don't forget to share and give a like. If you are watching through Facebook or YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button and comment. Put on your comments, whatever thing you feel that we need to know or others need to know about Africa. We are all in this journey together. How can Africa arise again? That is what we are talking about. You as an African, I as an African man, African woman. It is our obligation. It is our duty. We need to move forward. We don't need to go backward. And I want to use this opportunity to remind you that this month, the month of May, specifically on the 25th of May, is the month of African Day worldwide, the day that been mapped out to remember Africa as a continent. African Day worldwide. I don't know, in Arise Africa, definitely we are going to talk about it. We are going to do a program about it, because it is our day. It is African Day. So how has Africa been moving forward? How has it been developing? I don't know, whatever thing you want. If you have a suggestion, you can put it on the comment section. God bless you, and we are about to commence as we bring in our guest, Pastor Kanayo Prosper, all the way from Lagos, Nigeria. God bless you.
Thank you, Ada Jesus.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you over there?
Thank you, sir. You are welcome to Arise Africa. Once more, it's a privilege having you in the program. I hope that, as usual, today you come loaded with great teachings that will really touch us today, as usual. You are welcome to. I was telling the audience that this month is the month of African Day worldwide, specifically on the 25th of May. Is the African Day that have been marked as African Day. So as Africa, as in Arise Africa, as an African program, we are going to really do something to remember the program. So we are inviting you before the time to remember that day, because maybe we will do a roundtable, to talk about Africa and how it has been going on. So today we have a topic today. When I got a topic, I was like, but I know. So I was like, I said, okay, I know that you always have something that we never know about Africa, about spirituality to teach us. But try to make it, broad, because in Africa, we are not really talking, in Arise Africa, we are not talking about religion, we are talking about Africa and all the continents of Africa. God bless you, sir. You can commence.
Thank you. There's no how you can talk about a man of colors, talk about men of colors, not talking about God, because God is the one that created everybody. Like I keep on saying that all men were actually created equal. All men was actually created equal. The last time I remember that says some are white, some are black, some are chocolate, so it's just like someone who build houses and choose to give them different colors. But when it comes to inside, all men were the same. We must, because all we're trying to achieve in this Arise Africa is to create a new image, a new picture about a man of black color. So as we are starting today, Last weekend we talked about that the freedom demands fight. For you to be free, there's a kind of fight that you need to go make sure you fight to set yourself free. And like Bible said that if the Son of Man set you free, we are free indeed. And I've said it before that this is a battle of three kingdoms. And we must pay attention to the kingdom of God, what God actually have for man. And I told you that in the 4th century, something went wrong, where a little lie just blowed in a Greek Empire when the first world power was taken from Egypt, and they came with a lie that a man of black color is actually created to be a follower. And I've said it before that every man that created by God is actually a leader, but you're a leader in the area of your gifting. Whether you are black, whether you are white, whether you are chocolate, no matter the color, we should pay attention on the inside, because the real man is inside. I come today by telling you that that's what they call the spirit of oppression. You see, when someone go through slavery, you see what the slave master actually want to achieve is to deal with your spirit. Even today, people are still using it. Once any man's spirit is being tampered, it will affect everything about you, because man is a spirit. So if someone want to slave you to put you under bondage, he will target your spirit, and once your spirit is being targeted and being affected, you can never fight. That's why I see some people, they will just look at this world, they will see that's where God created them. No. What actually happened is somebody have tampered with your spirit. And once your spirit is being tampered, I'm telling you, you can never fight again. So today we are bringing good news to a man on black color, because when you talk about Africa, there are many people that has a black color that live in Jamaica, all over the world. And if you go and study their case, it's the same thing all over. Now, this is why we want to share, and for you to understand that something God has for you. It has nothing to do with Islam. It has nothing to do with Christianity. It has nothing to do with any religion. Because I've said it that God is not a Christian. God is not a Muslim. And God is not a pagan. God is God. And God created man to operate the way he created man to be. But today, there are many issues that we need to put in order. So, and I want to say this thing at this particular point, that the greatest obstacle to overcome this slavery mindset is lack of personal development. Lack of personal development. We discovered that the greatest miracle that can happen to anybody, anywhere, is a mind enlargement. For African people, we must make sure we spend money to develop our inner being, to develop ourselves. Once we have that belief, there's something good about your life, I'm telling you, and spend money to develop yourself, you will get the best of God in your life. Like I keep on saying to people that no little baby is actually born, and they will tell that this baby that's been born today is a medical doctor, or is going to be a lawyer, or is going to be an engineer, is going to be a whatever title, anything. No. But when the child is being born, they go through the process by going to school from one stage to the other, from one stage to the other, and they discover that actually to produce a medical doctor at times take about 18 to 19 years. If it's in Africa here, you go to what they call a nursery school, you go to primary school, you go to secondary school, you now go to higher institution. So all the school is trying to do is to recondition your mind, is to create, is to expand your mind, is to develop your mind, is to put something inside your mind that after that 18 good years or 19 years, you can now, they can now pronounce as a medical doctor. So likewise, if Africa want to go out of this mess, we must learn to spend money and time in personal development. We know that someone have tampered with our spirit to think the way we are thinking today. It's a mind conditioning. Someone have tampered with it. And I believe that the way we are going today, we're going to get the best of African person, African people, which we have already started seeing all over the world today. That little impact, you can see that we are coming up because the way we think today, the way we reason today is not actually the original person that God created. That God created. So, like I said before, the only way to put people into everlasting bondage is to deal with their spirit. And that's one of the things I want to say today is that once anybody is being tampered, if your spirit is being tampered, the first thing you discover that you begin to produce distrust. It begin to produce laziness. It begin to even make you to hate yourself. I've said it the other time, I talk about low self-esteem. So once your mind, your spirit is being tampered with, it will make you to be, you can't even trust yourself. You can't even trust your fellow man. You can't even have confidence in yourself. So that's why I say that we must spend more time on personal development. I remember that the last broadcast on last Sunday, I said that I advise the African nations, all the countries in Africa, to revisit our curriculum, the school curriculum, the education curriculum, what we have using today. And we should believe that some of them we are using is being actually produced and handed over to us by the slave masters, but they don't want you to come out of how they have already programmed you to be. And that's why I say that that's why majority of people from Africa, the essence of going to school is to get job. Is to get job. No. God never created any man to go and look for job. He created us to now create work because there's a difference between work and the job. And I've said it before that once you go through slavery, another thing, once your spirit is being tampered, you will hate work. Now, you see, at times what some people are saying, what they actually work for is just to eat, just to feed themselves, to feed their things about it. That's why God on the sixth day and the Lord ceased working. God had finished his own part of work and created man to start from where he stops. So God did not actually finish the work. There's some work that he left for man to do because through that work, that's what we need to discover, that we need to define what work is all about. And like I say, no man goes through slavery that actually like work. If you go and study this case of Israelite, you notice that early morning, the slave masters used cane to wake them up to go and work. And that's why when they came out from slavery, they hate work. They believe in free food, free, everything free. But God says for you to enter into the promised land, you must understand that's a process. You must be part of that because you need to work it out. So, and that's why we are taking time to explain some of these things to people. We have seen majority in Africa, whether those are Muslims, those are Christians, who almost believe in miracle. And I said that miracle does not change anybody, does not change any country, does not change any color. We must learn that everything about God must go through the process of work. And we have been saying this. And I said before that when it comes to freedom, freedom demands self-control. When it comes to freedom, it demands self-control. When it comes to freedom demands self-management. That's why we discovered that we have a lot of mineral resources in this part of continent, but we cannot manage it. Most of the cocoa you are seeing that they used to produce chocolate is actually taken from Africa. By record, you will know that Cote d'Ivoire is the highest producer of cocoa all over the world. And there's no any company in a factory in Cote d'Ivoire that actually produce because they let us know that we cannot do it. So what they normally, they will come here and take our mineral resources. and go over there and turn it to chocolate. And we should travel, take our currency and go and import it. And we're increasing their economy. So until now begin to understand that freedom demands self-control, self-management. One of the greatest things that God has given to man is management. And I've said it on this platform before. Management is very, very important. Listen, why God actually created man is not to worship. God never created man to worship. Because some people actually live in the church, live in the mosques, they want to be worshiping God every time. No. The essence God created man is to manage his resources. Remember in the book of Bible, Genesis chapter 2, and Bible say there was no rain because there was no man to till the ground. It means to manage. If you check the Hebrew Bible, it will explain better for you. So the essence that God created man is to manage the earth, is to manage the resources. And this is one of the things that we lack as blacks. That's why we actually want the Western world to come and help us to manage our resources, manage our life, manage our economy, manage everything. But let me tell you, it is someone that sowed light in your heart that you cannot even manage yourself. But I believe that the younger generation that come in Africa, as we are preparing to hand over battle to them, I know they're going to do better. Because we begin to explain some of this truth, that they should know this truth. Every man that God created, nobody is better than you. The day you learn that, the day you know it, it will help you. Let me tell you, don't forget that it is the same British that actually colonized Nigeria and the same British that colonized the United States of America. In 1775, when the founding fathers of America actually saw what the documents that they handed over to them, I'm telling you, they look at the British government and say, look, these people, they came because they want to keep on controlling them. And those documents were stored. And they went back and go back to Bible and discovered that all men were created equal. That's why I see in America today, in their currency, they say, in God we trust. Because if you want to discover yourself, you must discover yourself in God, not anywhere. There's no any school anywhere that can actually introduce you to yourself. God is the maker of your life. He's the one that designed your life. He's the one that knows everything about you. He's the one that put all his investment inside man. So we must always go back to God. If Africa will come out, don't allow anybody anywhere. There's no country that will tell us who we are. It is God. So that's what I'm saying today. The essence which God created man is to manage. God always looking for managers. And why we are suffering, it seems that we are suffering in Africa, is just lack of management. The day we learn and begin to know that we are a steward of God, that whatever thing God has given to us, it is our responsibility to manage it. There we know that Africa will finally arise. I told that I'm writing a book, and one of the topics of that book is management. One of the secrets that Africans need to work on is to learn to manage. You don't to depend on anybody. It's slavery mindset, mentality that makes you depend on people. That somebody is better than you, they can do it better than you, they can manage it better than you, they can do it better than you. Africa should listen. Even the Chinese today that the world is celebrating, there was a time in the history of mankind that Africans has a better record than Chinese people. But today you can see how far they have gone because they actually spend time developing themselves from the inside. We need self-development is very, very important if we are going to get it right. If we are going to get it right. Like I told you that when it comes to freedom, freedom demands self-control, self-management. Again, in the place of freedom, it demands risk. It demands risk. One of the leaders, Christian leaders in Nigeria is late, actually says that it is a risk not to take risk. So we must learn to take risk. No nation, nobody succeeded without understanding the place of risk. We should stop settling for the things God can never approve. We should take risks to change things. That's what I say. Freedom demands fight. Freedom demands fight. We must learn to take risk. If it's in the kingdom of God, the opposite of risk is faith. So no nation succeeds, nobody succeeded in this earth without taking risk. Again, freedom demands courage. We must be courageous. Africans must be courageous. Let me tell you one thing about courage. Courage helps to take fear far away from your life. Courage gives you self-confidence. So as Black people, I'm encouraging you. We should learn to take risk, make up our mind that things must work. Even by the time we start it, we may not get to a place of perfection, but the constant doing it will come to a place of perfection. Again, in a place of freedom, he demands pain. They are going to pass through pains. And then they say, without pain, no gain. And we don't want to take that giant step. Nobody will do this thing for you. Even if we're not talking about a nation, we're not talking about the continent, I'm talking about somebody in your own personal life. You should learn to take risks. You should be courageous. You should know that nothing comes easy in life. Every gold that you see go through process of fire. So what actually kills people is laziness. Hard work does not kill. Hard work makes people better. Hard work makes people better. Because at times we thought that, oh, we are, as Black people, we are actually understand what is work. No, when you are working for what to eat, you are not working. You are working to discover many things. One of the things again that freedom demands is work. I'm talking about this work. In working, you begin to discover potential, some things that is hidden inside of your life. I told them one of my ministration that when God actually created Adam, God never produced any share for Adam. What God gave to Adam was a tree. And from the time Adam began to work on himself, he now discovered that even the shears is actually hid inside tree. God have done so much that if African people, if we can call ourselves back and begin to look inside, we know that the best will come out of our life. Now, another thing that freedom demands is responsibility. We should stop blaming anybody. The day we come to ourselves and say that the problem of Africa is from us, the day we now say to ourselves, and the solution is going to come from us. That's the starting point of Africa. But remember that a key topic today is personal development. The African country or continent, in every country in Africa, every government in Africa should spend money to develop human being. I remember many years ago in 1999, when former Nigeria president took over power, one of the United States president, Clinton, brought a very good advice. He said that the problem of the third world countries, is that they will go and start developing environment and actually investing on the wrong way. That if Africans should learn to begin to develop human being, that when you develop this human life, they will now come and develop the environment. But if you go and develop the environment, the undeveloped mind will wake up one day and destroy those things. And this is what we are saying. So no matter how you beautify anything, once the people that live in that environment and their mind is undeveloped, they wake up because they never know the value and they destroy it. So for Africa to get these things right, we can get it right. We need to spend money. We need to spend resources. We need to create environment that the mind of people can be developed. Once we can do that, I can assure you that the new Africa will emerge. So that personal development, yes, going to school is good, but I can tell you I have studied most of the curriculum in Africa, that the essence of going to school is to get a job. It's not to create work. There's a difference of getting. Ask anybody, I want to work in a bank, I want to work in so and so. But we took time to look at American curriculum, study Chinese, forget about Britain, because what Britain is actually doing is what they gave to Nigeria, gave to some of the African countries. That's why I discovered in America, when any child failed class, they hold the teacher. Because it is duty of the teacher to develop that mind. Because what they are trying to gain is to make sure that that particular child will come out of school and create jobs. But in Africa, the only job that's available in Africa is one that produced by government. And you keep on hearing unemployment in Africa. Because what we're supposed to do at the stage one, we left it undone. So our school system must be looked into. So you go to school, the kind of curriculum that Africa should seek is the one that after you have gone the process of 12 years, 14 years, 15 years, that you come out of the school, you now create job, not start seeking for job. And the unemployment in Africa will keep on increasing because we have not got our education right. Once you get it right, there will be job everywhere. Because this is one of the ways to deal with poverty. This is one of the ways to deal with crimes. So personal development is very, very important. Number two, we should create an environment that will help our mind to reason right. We should create an environment that will make our mind to think right. These are some of the things that government is supposed to do. But we are not going to give up because we know that the new Africa is going to be emerged. I'm telling you, responsibility is the key to freedom. We must have said we must learn how to produce our food, produce our clothes, produce our cars, produce everything we're going to use in Africa. And it can never be possible until we talk about this mind development. And we can't even wait for schools, even from homes. Parents, you need to get it right and begin to change the orientation of our children to begin to think the way God wants us to think. Like I told you in 1700, from Belgium, the king of Belgium, he came to Congo, and just a simple lie that when an African man look at himself because of your color, you look at yourself and say there's nothing good about your life. And that's why this is something we have been fighting. Don't allow anybody to estimate you. Don't try to attach your value to any material things, because your value is from your creator. Your value is from God. So the day we begin to get some of these things right, I can assure you that a new Africa will emerge. And that's why I always thank that Jesus, who God placed this burden, that will come every time talk about arise. We are not going to remain like this. We must get it right. Arise, Africa. Awake from the state of your mind. Our mind should be our target. Our mind should be our target. As a man thinketh in his own heart, so shall it be. We can never make any change until we upgrade our thinking. You can never get any result above your thinking. Whatever result you see is a level of your thinking. You don't need any prophet to tell you that. When I look at people and see the kind of thing they're doing, I know they can't do more than this. So we need to start working our mind. Because I've told them what the slave master has actually done is to make us unproductive, is to make us lazy. Some of these have actually become our lifestyle. I don't want to mention, I've been to many countries in Africa. I believe I've seen people, nations that men actually believe in gambling. This is the only way they can make money. How can a man believe that without work he can succeed? So this, what of the slave masters have succeeded. Like when I started, I said, once anybody tamper to their spirit, I'm telling you, there's nothing good again until you now discover, and begin to work on yourself. The major assignment that everybody should do to any man on black collar is work of the mind. We need to create a system that our mind need to go through a proper process to get this down. We are unproductive. And that's why I discovered that in Africa, everything, almost 60% or 70%, is imported. Is imported. Even when that thing is being produced in your country, because of low self-esteem, you hate your own product. You hate your own. You hate your color. You say it's not good. We have actually done this to Africans. Meanwhile, what you have is the best. Let me speak to Africans at this moment. All over the world, go and find out. African people have the best weather. That's why the majority of agricultural products you are seeing all over the world is from Africa. We have the best weather. We have the best, there's no raw material that cannot see in Africa. We have gold in Africa. We have diamond in Africa. We have platinum in Africa. We have many things in Africa. Why are we living at this level of poverty? It's because of state of our mind. At times, religious have told so many people it's because of the sin of their father. It's because in Africa we worship idol. This is a lie from the pit of hell. I never see any nation in the world or any continent in the world that worship idol like Asians. But are they not doing well? So we need to recondition the mind of African people. That picture we are having, it is not a true picture about your life. We can do better. Our color is an advantage to us. Because this our color can withstand any weather. This our color can withstand any weather anywhere in the world. And as I discovered that the so-called people, men of white, there are some part of Africa they cannot stay. The sun will melt them. So we have advantage, but the problem we're having is where we think, because our mind needs to be reconditioned. We need to get our mind. That's why the best investment we are going to do, as I'm talking to you, is human development. To develop our mind. And I've said it before, the education we have in Africa now cannot solve our problems. It can't. We need to sit down by ourselves. We are the one that have the problems. We are the one that knows what we are passing through. It's the same way that we sit down and design our own educational curriculum. We don't need their help anymore. Because the kind of thing that packaged for us is for us to remain in bondage. Go and check it. There are some countries in Africa, in their school, they don't study mathematics. There are some countries in Africa that have removed history. You can never solve any problem anywhere without history. Why I have boldness to talk to you today, because I have studied and I've seen when the time Africa started missing it. It's from the 4th century, during the time of Greek Empire. The philosophers, they are the one that came and conditioned our mind the way we are today. And when the Roman Empire took over, they built on it. When Adolf Hitler came again, he built on it. When they now had a meeting in Germany and now sat down and begin to share Africa, they came with what they call satanic engineering. It's a programming. Go and make them not to see them say anything good in their life. And don't forget the essence of slave trade is that when they came and discovered that an average black man have inner strength, the essence of slave trade is to move us in one location for us to be farming for them. So there's something good about African people that we need to start looking into. There's something good about you as you're hearing me, no matter the country, in Ghana, anywhere in the world. The best is a man with black color. You are the best. But we stop looking at outside. We stop believing those lies. We should start working, looking at our inside. There's an extra strength and ability in a black man. And that's why very soon that book will be launched. Reawaken the giant in a black man. Reawaken the giant in a black man. And that's why in this part of the world, we are working day and night through African Institute of Spiritual Education to make sure that we get the best of a black man. Remember, look at the way the whole world is going. Some nations in the world, their younger generation are going into drugs. There are some things that you look at the Western world today, you know they are losing it. So the last hope of the entire universe, God, is going to depend on African people. So arise. Our time has come. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Prosper. Thank you. God bless you for that wonderful one. We are still on Arise Africa. The topic today says spiritual operation. Spiritual operation, yeah. So, Pastor Prosper, I just want to ask you some questions based on the topic that you are giving us today. Do you think that the inability of Africans to develop, despite that there are still other countries who are being colonized? Let me repeat the question. Do you think that the inability of the African continent to develop at equal rates of other countries who were also colonized by a colonial master. Because when we talk about colonialism, it looks as if it's only Africa. Many parts of the world were colonized, including America. Do you think that our inability to, grow or develop or faster has to do with some spiritual oppression? Because I don't know, because when we talk about slavery, it's not all African continent we are taking on slavery, just some few people. So where is the problem?
Well, I mentioned about America in the line of my teaching, but as at 1775, that's what they call the founding fathers of America. There are 7 men. And they sat down and looked at the documents actually handed over by British government. And they came up with something different. They said that we can't continue with these documents. So the first thing, ideology, the first thing they announced to themselves is that all men were created equal. And you can't believe it. It is the red Bible, and now discovered that all men were created equal, and they started working on themselves. They didn't go and sleep. And as I discovered in America today, everything about British are given to them, they changed it. Remember, like cars, British always move car from the left side. America said, no, we can't continue on that. That's why I said the other time that this freedom demands fight. They fought for it. If you go to British, you will see the Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of this, but when you go to America, you hear department. So they make sure that everything that the British has given to them, they fought for it, they change it, because this is programming. And they can see today that even America is on top today. Americans fought for it. So if Africans are going to come out of that, nobody will do it for them. We must arise and fight. And they cannot fight until you understand the power of responsibility. Yes, many countries was colonized by other countries, but have gotten their freedom finally. You know, the other time I was talking about freedom, independence, and deliverance. And I begin to explain the difference. Getting independent does not give us freedom. So we need to fight to enter the place of freedom. And let me tell you one thing about these slave masters is that they targeted our mind. And as I discovered the example in Nigeria, the British have left, but the culture of British is still in us. And as we are still drinking tea, we are wearing suits on the hot weather, we are wearing stockings. There are many things we can prove until we now come to ourselves and begin to ask ourselves question, why should I put on jacket, suit on the hot weather? A black man is wearing suit on this tropical weather. Someone have conditioned you to dress like that. So we must awake and say no. We must go to our traditional dress. And this is one of the examples.
Thank you, sir.
Freedom demands fight.
Thank you, sir. I just want to still ask you some other question. You know, we are talking about how Africa will rise again. Definitely for Africa to rise, we must leave some things behind, because I believe that one of the most problem that Africa is having is that they are still like kind of living in a stone age. Every society must develop, and history cannot be valued if it is not really a history. If it happens to be in our everyday life, then it won't be a history. So please, can you bring Pastor Prosper, because I'm asking Pastor Prosper a question. So my question is that, as our topic today says spiritual oppression, do you think that Africans are being spiritually or oppressed? That is why our government is being, rule. The government of Africa is so bad. The youth cannot. The things are going wrong. Is it spiritual oppression? Is it do Africa need deliverance, brothers? I don't just want to know. Do we need deliverance or something? Because we must rise.
Well, what I meant by spirit, the spirit of oppression, is that I started by saying it, for anyone to put you into bondage, what they actually do is that they target your spirit. And once any man's spirit is being tampered with, it affects everything about your life. Don't forget that the original man that God created is a spirit. It's inside that spirit that God wired everything. If you go and study the spirit education, it's got that everything about man is not the outside, it's inside. That's why a man can only operate from the spirit. And once your spirit is weak, you cannot fight. So I'm not actually talking about spiritual warfare or this and this. I'm talking about the person, the original person of who you are. So once you is being tampered with, I remember the other time we talked about the original man, the original picture about yourself. So once that spirit who actually makes you a man is being tampered with, it affects your thinking, it affects your reasoning. And let me put it in this short form. The challenge of an African man is not actually a spiritual problem. It's a mental issue.
Okay.
It's a mental. That's why I emphasize today that personal development is what, including you and myself, we need to focus on that. You know, the white man have actually says that if you want to deceive, lie to a black man, just put inside book. I mean, of course, read. We need to invest in education, personal education. The school you have attended for 4 years, 5 years is not enough. Learning is on daily basis. So we must develop that spirit to make sure that we expand our mind, we enlarge our mind, we develop our mind on daily basis. Then you begin to see things from different angle and begin to reason on different angle. So it's not a spiritual, African problem is not a spiritual problem. I mentioned it that time they will tell you that while you are suffering, your grandfathers worship idol. I say, please, this is a lie. Because up to night in India, they are still worshiping idol. In China, they are still worshiping idol. But are they not doing well in technology? So our problem in Africa is mental. It's mental. God bless you.
Thank you. I just asked you the question, because of when we are talking about Arise Africa, what we need is the solution. We know that Africa have a lot of problem, a lot of we are lacking behind in many things, in infrastructure, education, economics, everything. So but what we are talking in Arise Africa is how are we going to rise? How is Africa going to rise again? See the question, if we need deliverance so that sorry, I was receiving a call. So I will ask you the last question. I'll ask you the last question based on our topic. We are still on Rise Africa. What do you think? Oh my God. Sorry, my phone is bringing call. How do you think? What do you think Africa need? What do you think that Africa need based on our topic today? What do you think that is essential for Africa to, to move forward or leave behind what we have taught us, according to you, manipulations of mind, discussions, which we have had, especially the youths of today, because they said youth are the leaders of tomorrow. What are the things that you should be mindful of and avoid in their day-to-day struggling to, to survive and to, because when you are successful, your country, you will impact on your nation, you will impact on your community, you will impact. So what do you think that they should bear in their mind in their day-to-day struggle? The youths of African youth.
In Africa, we African youth should know that even our so-called leaders does not have any program concerning them. They have no any plan concerning them. We must arise on our own and take our continent into our hands. We must learn to say no to corruption. We must learn to say no to bad leadership. We must learn to say no to things that cannot help us. All over Africa, I'm happy because I've been to some countries in Africa. I have seen our lifestyle, I have seen our behavior, I have seen our thinking. And that's why when I saw this program, I Rise Africa, I said it's a very good topic and it's coming at the right time. So all we need to do is I will start giving them hope. As I'm speaking to you, I'm giving you hope, the youth of Africa. Now, again, we look at what a lot of Black Africans are doing in other continents in the world. It can encourage us. We should try to look at them and learn from them and see what God is doing in their life. Finally, I'll keep repeating it again, that all we need to go now is what I call mind development. We need to begin to teach the younger generation what will expand their mind. We should stop teaching them miracle. We should stop telling people about miracle. We should teach them about honesty, integrity, and let them know that life is a process. Because in life, if you grow, you will stay. But if you jump up, it will come down. Let us allow you to know that life is a process. And no matter who you are, you must go through that process. If you don't go the process of life to develop yourself, I tell you, you can be thinking that you are making it today, but you should actually go down. It has not to do with Christianity, it has not to do with Islam, it has not to do with any tribe or any color. That's why I discovered that even the men on white, they have that understanding that life is a process. So to allow the youth to know that they should try to go through the process of life, expand their mind, put value in their life. Like I'm one of the people that always tell people, don't pray for money. Don't pray for success. Instead of wasting your time, spend time to build value in your life. When you build value in your life, your value will attract money. Your value will attract success. So our youth will start building value in their life. Don't go after money. Never go after money. Anybody that goes after money will never succeed. But if you build value in your life, money, value attracts wealth. It attracts success. It attracts everything. So there's a lot of things that we need to change with the orientation. Because like in Nigeria, people can only respect you because you have money. This is where we have seen ourselves. Money cannot give you value, but value can give you money. So the youth of Africa, start building yourself. Build value in yourself. Stop going to mosque or church and praying for money or success. God does not answer such a prayer. God allows you to go through the process, build yourself, build value in your life, every other thing will answer to you. And I know as we come more to bring more topics and share more on this Arise Africa, I know there are many changes that started taking place in Africa because the labor of our sisters' love towards this program can never be in vain. Now, if you are hearing our voice today, tune to Kingdom Radio, connect to the same program, and share it to any of your friends.
Thank you.
But last advice, don't go after money, go after value. This is why the Western world is better than us. Someone can live all his life, start just talking about the leg of an ant, and discover by the time before he leaves the earth, he has made a serious impact. So let us go for mind development, and the best will come to Africa. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Prosper. God bless you for this wonderful program. God bless you for always honoring our invitation. We appreciate you. We honor you, sir. We honor the grace upon your life. Thank you for always answering us anytime we call you, no matter the time, the short time. God bless you, and it has been a privilege having you on the platform. Thank you so much. We hope to see you next time on in the same program with a different topic, because we love to hear from you. We love to hear the things that you always educate us more on things that we don't know. So, viewers, please, if this is your first time of crossing, remember we are still on Arise Africa, and today's topic says spiritual operation. We are talking. What are we saying? How Africa will rise again? What are the things that we are ignorant? Everybody is ignorant of one thing or the other. But in Africa, there are many things many ways we are lacking behind. But we want to grow together and come up together, and that is what we are discussing in this platform, Arise Africa. So we want you to always join us every Saturday. We are here by 1 p.m. We are here live on Kingdom Radio 94.9 FM. Also on YouTube, Kingdom Radio 94.9 FM. We stream live on both YouTube and Facebook. So if you can connect to YouTube, you connect. If you can connect to Facebook, you connect. Don't forget to invite your friends. Or even though you don't have time, go through the video later. If you have a comment, if you have an observation, if you have your own contribution, please don't hesitate to put your contribution, because we all want to know how Africa will rise again. I still remember your daughter, your minister, your sister, Ada Jesus, Minister Ada Jesus. I hope to see you next week, same time, same hour, in the same program, Arise Africa. God bless you for joining us.